Life is full of lessons. Very cliche, but it's true. Some lessons take a little bit longer to learn than others, though. One of the lessons that's taken me a little while to learn is learning how to celebrate myself and to acknowledge my accomplishments. This isn't to say that I'm completely like airheaded or I'm very dismissive of my accomplishments. No, I just look at that as progress. Progress is good, but it's nothing worth celebrating. Acknowledging it, okay, that's progress for me. Celebrating it, I ain't there yet. I'm a Kobe kid. Kobe Bryant was my favorite character, and I do believe Kobe Bryant was the GOAT. You can have your difference in opinion. I don't care. I'm a Kobe kid. Fight me. But nevertheless, Kobe's Mamba mentality is something that I adopted very early on in life. Like when I've told the story multiple times, but it's like when Kobe was being interviewed during the finals and he was up 2-1, 2-0 in the finals. The guy was asking me, yo, why aren't you excited? Why aren't you celebrating? And he said, what's there to celebrate? Like, job's not finished. You know what I'm saying? And ever since I heard that, I was like, yo, that's cold. Yeah, like when people talk shit before the game is over and they end up losing, it's easy to talk when you up, like Luka said. It's easy to talk when they up, But nevertheless, I talk all mine when everything is done and nothing can be argued. I won. Now I'm saying everything I got to say. You see what I am? That's just how I am, But nevertheless, though, with me showing more progress on that, I need to acknowledge the fact that I have 1,000 videos on this channel. A couple weeks ago, I hit 1,000 videos. And I have to admit, I am very proud of that. 1,000 videos of just turning my phone on and talking. Some of my videos are hours long. And I probably have like an average average video duration of probably like 9 minutes. So I'm not just making quick little videos. I don't know if the shorts count to that total number, but nevertheless, 1,000 videos is still a lot. I'm proud of it, But one of the things that I can honestly say that I'm proud of, though, is like how this channel has grown with me over time. I've said this a million times, and I'll say it many more in the future. But this channel has very much grown with me. It started off as my challenge to myself to get out of my shell. Just talk to the world. Stop hiding behind the scenes. Stop hiding behind the screen and say it with your face. Be the voice and be the face of it. Don't hide behind a username and a profile picture. So that was one of my things. But then it grew into, people actually kind of like what I have to say. But then it's like this thing though. I was like, wait, it was like a light bulb moment for me where I was like, people don't know some of the stuff I'm saying. You have to remember at the very beginning of my channel, I thought everyone knew this stuff already. I thought everyone was on this time and I was the slow one. So when I'm saying this stuff and people are like, yo, you spitting, yo, I ain't never heard nothing like that. Yo, you going crazy with it. I'm like, thanks, but wait, I thought y'all knew this. So I had a little bit of that level of awakening where I was like, there's some people that don't know this stuff. Some of the stuff that I've been almost born knowing is new to some people. So I was like, oh, snap. Okay. So then it grew into me helping people, And then with me wanting to help people, another reason why I wanted this to be like the One Piece of YouTube is because, and this might take a turn, it might be triggering for some people, but it's like I wanted this to be a suicide prevention channel. I don't say it over and over. I made a couple of videos, but my logic behind it, hear me out. My logic behind it is let's just say someone was at the brink. Someone's at the brink, and this one channel, my channel, is the one thing they stumbled across on. Universe, God, life, coincidence, probability brought my channel into this person that's on the edge, about to do some things to themselves. It's like they find my channel. Well, if they were to start at the beginning of my channel and watch every single video, just put the thing on autoplay and just let it run, there's no way. I can almost guarantee there's no way you can still be thinking about it. If number one, it's like if I didn't boost your mood, I gave you confidence, I made you think about some things, I exposed some of the bullshit that's causing your predicament. But then also, let's just think about it. Hours. I probably have days and weeks worth of content out here. I kept that person alive for weeks. The person that was going to end themselves at that point, I kept them alive for weeks just by talking and yapping and enriching the soul and giving people different things, different ways to look at things and different things to think about. That was another reason for it, But then, the other side of it too just became trying on different characters, different faces. You know, like I learned that being the bad guy is kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? Saying the potentially triggering things, the controversial things to get a rise out of people is kind of fun. That's me utilizing the internet culture to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never saying anything. I mean, I said some crazy shit. I said some crazy shit. But it's like, but I don't be saying it, especially as I've grown up. I don't say anything crazy. Now, you may starkly disagree with what I'm saying. You may not believe what I'm saying. But as I've gotten older, more mature, though, it's just like, I don't care. Sometimes I argue from the opposite perspective that I have just to see if I can do it. You know, it gave me an opportunity to express myself. But then it also gave me the opportunity to check myself. You know, because sometimes, like I said, a lot of y'all think that these videos, I just turn my phone on and record it, which sometimes, I mean, that's all I do. But some of these things take multiple takes, 10s, 20s, 30s. I've had 152 takes before, you know, because I keep breathing wrong. I say something wrong. I stutter in the worst spot and I just start over. But nevertheless, when you say some things out loud, like I'd be saying some stuff like, yo, bro, my favorite sandwich is a corn sandwich. That don't even make sense. Why did I even say that? Nah, start over. And of course, I just made that joke up. But nevertheless, though, like I'll be saying some stuff out loud that like I'd be wondering, like, do y'all not talk to y'all selves? Do y'all not think before you speak? That's what this like whole process is for me. I get to properly articulate my ideas. Sometimes I'm just yapping. Sometimes I'm actually trying to get a thought out. But then it's just like when something sounds stupid, I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds stupid. Nah, I ain't going on the internet and saying that. Nah, we're going to start this over. Nah, fuck that. You see what I'm saying? This channel has been so awesome because it's like when like I felt at my loneliest, you know, I just started making videos because it made me feel less alone because even though I'm lonely, I'm still speaking from a perspective that helps people. You know, when I make a good video, I walk away feeling like I'm vibrating, like I'm shining because I had fun. You know, it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm borderline autistic. So like when people say what's fun and what's all this and all this type of stuff and this, I have a different definition of the word fun. Fun is challenging my mind. Fun is articulating my thoughts. Fun is pushing through a video that I'm stuttering in. I keep messing up. I keep losing track 2 minutes in and then I have to start over. Fun is me making a 30-minute video and completely screwing up or saying something completely inaccurate and starting that video over and still pushing through it and still making a video that I feel good enough with uploading to the world. Not every video has to be perfect for me, but it's just like if I feel good about it, I'm like, that gets people thinking. That'll rile people up. That'll make somebody feel good. That'll expose some things to people. That'll do cool, good enough upload. You know, it's like, some people say they value quality over quantity, and some people, as we could tell in their lives, is quantity over quality. I don't know. I'm proud of myself when I can say I have a mixture of both, you know? And I'm still me. That's the best part. Like, I'm still me. It's still a slice, you know, like, because when my girl see me, she's like, you're a lot better in, like, real life. You're a lot less abrasive. You're a lot more understanding. You're a lot more than you come across online. I'm like, yeah, I know, because you're getting a vertical slice of me up here. Because but I am very honest and authentic with myself though, because like I'll tell y'all straight up, you invite me to a party, like I don't. First of all, I'm probably not going because I don't like parties. I'm very good with like having intellectual conversations and just letting my thoughts flow. But you put me in a party and they try to throw that ass in a circle, people drinking, snorting lines and doing that ain't. It's too loud in here, bro. I can't hear the voice in my head loud enough because the music too damn loud. You know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't have to scream next to someone. I don't like this stuff, bro. But nevertheless, like it's just like I love just being me on camera. You know, because it's like it is what you see is what you get for the most part. Now you get a little deeper parts of me if you're close to me, your friends and family and stuff. But you know, it's just like this is me. You know. It's like I reserve judgment on liking people, not liking people. You know, there's things that I adopt. There's certain things I can admit that I don't know, but I've adopted anyway because I know I'll figure it out later. It's like it's all a work in progress. You know, one of the other big things about this channel that I do enjoy is, like I said in my video a couple days ago, eventually the background's going to be different every single time I'm uploading. You know, or I'm like, you know, when I switch parks because I moved, I got a new apartment, a new job. You know, it's like I switch parks, but then it's going to be I'm switching states, I'm switching countries, I'm flying private, I'm on a cruise, and I'm going to be making videos from all these different environments because then I can document the journey. So it is my little vlog. It's a helpful vlog. It's all the above and all the et ceteras, man. You know, it's like I like helping people. You know, there's too many negative, toxic voices out here on the internet, especially. That's why I said it's like my side quest to help young men specifically. It's that young men, these red pill manosphere podcasts are hurt ass uncles that are teaching you how to be pickup artists and not how to be gentlemen, not how to be a good partner, to be a good husband, to be a good father. Go follow those channels, not these guys that have to keep on following, like keep calling people simps and using all those weird little clickbait words to get your attention. It's like you're still following after some man because your daddy wasn't tough enough. Become your own man. Okay, use a little bit what they're saying. Even I used some stuff from the beginning, but as I got older and I grew and I learned and matured, I realized that some of the stuff that they're saying is not applicable in my world. Simple as that. And I can think for myself and I can fill in the gaps where their philosophies fall short. You know, I openly challenge things. I openly question things. Some of the things I questioned, you know, I fall back on, but oh, that was all that was? Okay, I don't need to be as annoyed with that anymore. But then some things I questioned, I found a completely different new avenue of thought. And I'm like, whoa, we need to explore that. You know what I'm saying? I like to let people know that they're not alone in this journey. There's cool weirdos out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a dork, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real. I'm just a cool dork. I know how to maneuver. I know how to move in these places, even if I don't like being there. I'm a chameleon. But at the same time, though, it's like we lock in. There's time where we can be goofy and playful, and there's a time where we gotta lock in. You know. I also I like the opportunity to practice my range and subject matter, or doing a whole video without cussing, doing a whole video with cussing. Is that either way, I can still get a message across. My grandma don't like it, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know, but I really do enjoy the comments that I get when it says like, yo, you appear to be authentic and stuff. It's like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people, like, don't get me wrong, Professor MBS is a little bit of a character because sometimes, you know, I gotta take that opposite perspective and get in people's faces about certain things just to challenge people because it's fun to me. But for real, it's like, it's still me though. You know, I'm not faking anything. Like, I don't feel the need to. I worked way too hard on myself to fake anything about myself, you know? And 1,000 videos in, you know, how many content creators can say they've done that? Sure, I will admit, I don't feel like editing. I don't feel like getting all the effects. I don't feel like doing all this type of stuff. Now, once I get some real pocket change, we could throw some money at this channel like that. But until then, I like this. Turn the phone on, yap, make people think, make people laugh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all practice for something. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's some type of plan. Till the next one.